23 and verse 5. And you have your Living Bible open, don't you, Cindy? And here is the Amplified Bible also. Roger, what do you have there?
No, nothing.
Well, here, put this one down there. We'll look at this one too. We'll compare notes. Wayanu, Renee, Het, Het, Abraham, Lemore, Lo. All right. And they answered. Third person masculine plural, cal, while consecutive and perfect, and they kept on doing this. And if you look down there below, on the page numbers down there, page 772 is on what book? Brown Driver Briggs. Page 851 is in Kohler and Bumgardner. So I just have to remind you every now and then, and people out there read this out on the website also. We haven't had a class up in about 2 weeks, have we, Randall? We haven't had anything. My Sunday morning classes have all been on DVD, so we couldn't put them up there. So maybe they're anxiously awaiting tonight to get something else new up there. Et Abraham Lamor Lo. And they answered the sons Beneh. Remember Ben? Ben means what? According to a pattern. All right, the sons of Heth. What does Heth mean? Remember these guys? Where were these guys now? This is the land that Caleb would take later on. All right? This is what area? It's Canaan, Canaan. Yeah, Canaan. But what is the place? That was something else. I was going to show you the pictures of the city. Huh? Yeah, terror. Heth means terror or dread or fear. This is Hebron. Hebron, okay? This is the area of Hebron where the cave of Machpelah is. Hebron, they say, is the oldest unwalled city continuously occupied in the world. Okay? The oldest unwalled city continuously populated in the world. It goes back to about 1800 BC. Right? And then Abram. What does Abraham mean? Exalted father of a multitude. All right. Now, what is the Aramaic or the Arabic? What's the Arabic idea of Abram? Remember, we looked at it in Arabic the other day. What does that mean? Abram means what in Arabic? What? Yeah. What is it? What do they and the word Hebron? They say comes from that name, Abraham. Hebron means allies or the friends or friends. And they said Abraham was a friend of God. Okay? I just thought I would throw that little one down there, little tidbit of information for you. All right. I have really enjoyed teaching those archaeology classes. But I've studied 60 hours a week to do it. Boy, I need to tell you, been burning the midnight oil, trying to remember and get out all the facts. Shema Inu, Adonai, Nisai, all right, Elohim, Atah, B'tah Kenu, B'mib Char, Qued Quiva Renu, Quivar, Et, Mitika, Gish, Memenu, Et, Kivro, Lo, Yikle. Look at that word Kivro. Kivro. Kind of roll that R in there, that roll. Resh. Shema Enu. What name comes from this? What name comes from this? What? Simeon. Simeon. One who hears. All right, Simon Peter. Simeon. In the New Testament, it shouldn't have been Simon, it should have been Simeon, because his name was Simeon. That's the Hebrew word for Simeon, all right? All right, Shema Enu. Masculine singular, call imperative. You hear us. Adonai, Lord, Master, and then he uses the word Nisei, Prince, also. Lord, Master, and Prince. And if you go back now, the word Shemenu, that comes, the root of that is on page 1033 and 1570. And then Adonai is on page 11. And then Prince. Prince. Remember what Nisei? Nisei? All right, whose names in the Bible come from the name Prince? What? Sarah and Israel. All right, Sarah and Israel. All right. Sayer. That's the root of this word, Nisei, Prince. Elohim. And then Atah. All right. Hear us, Adonai, Prince. Elohim. All right. Atah, you. And Be-Tol Kenu. Hear us, Prince, Adonai. In the middle of us, in the best or the most, the finest, the best, the choicest tomb. All right. Kiva Renew. Quiver is the root of that word, isn't it? Oh, 868. What's the difference between quiver and Sheol? Someone tell me real quick the difference between quiver and Sheol.
You can dig a quiver.
You can dig a quiver, but you can't dig a Sheol. Sheol is the place of the parted spirits. All right? Quiver is a depository of a human body. Okay? And then quiver is tomb, and then when we have the word bury there, quiver. Because you dig a quiver, don't you? Et, sign of the direct object. What's the Greek equivalent? Ace. Ace. What's the grammatical idea? Both of them are the sign of the direct object. The direct object, something's going to receive action right after it. Extension and limitation of thought or verbal action. All right? Burial. Et. Metika. That means dying ones. All right? Masculine singular, dying one. Masculine singular, call participle. The suffix is second person masculine singular. All right? Dying person of you. Each from us. All right? Et, quivero, a tomb, not refuse. No, shut it up. Third person masculine singular, cal imperfect. Don't shut it up and don't keep it shut up. All right? Go on to the rest of that verse. Mimika, Nikavor, Metika. All right? From you, from burying. All right? Kyle infinitive construct. Comes from quiver. Look at all this word for grave and quiver there. Grave and sepulcher, cave. We looked at some graves and caves this morning on the website, or not on the website, but on the on my slides. And we looked at the cave where they buried Sarah and Abraham and Israel and Isaac and Rebecca. All right. We looked at all of those places where they buried them. And then we looked at the place where the Catholics have, where they say that the tomb of Christ is, and the rock of Calvary. Then we looked at Gordon's tomb and looked at that, and the different carved out tombs. And all of these tombs were quivers. All right? We even saw the tomb of Rachel, didn't we?
Yeah.
Quiver, Rachel. The tomb of Rachel. All right? All of these are tombs that you dig in the ground, all right? From burying your dead ones, your dying ones. Now this is a kind of a funny, look at that. It's masculine singular called participle. The ones that keep on dying. In history, a lot of people have been buried when they were still alive. Did you know that? Because they didn't embalm people in a lot of parts of the world. I guarantee you over there in Egypt, when they buried somebody there, they were dead because they embalmed them. And when they got to embalm them, they were dead. Okay? But here, especially in this country, they would dig people up a lot of times and they'd have long fingernails and beards, the men would. That's because they had buried them while they were still alive. They were in a deep coma. There was a boy here a while back that they were going to pull the plug on him. Play God, you know. And the next day he woke up. He's all right. He was in deep coma. They said, well, he's brain dead. He's not alive. He just, you pull the plug on him, he's going to be gone. This term here in Hebrew really makes it plain. The ones that keep on staying dead. All right? Dying ones. The ones that keep on staying dead. Now let's go back and read these two verses. Cindy, are you over there? And we'll look at that also in the Amplified Bible. That one is the Living Bible, which is really close to Jewish Publication Society's translation. Go ahead, Cindy. 23, 5, and 6.
Okay. Certainly the men replied, for you are an honored prince of God among us. It will be a privilege to have you choose the finest of our sepulchres so that you can bury her there.
All right. Just look what he says. The finest of our sepulchre. The finest sepulchre in the middle of us is what it says. The finest sepulchre in the middle of us. Why do you think they said that? Sound like a used car salesman to you? All right. What do you have there, Roger?
And the Hittites replied to Abraham, listen to us, my lord, you are a mighty prince among us. Bury your dead in any tomb or grave of ours that you may choose. None of us will withhold from you his tomb or hinder you from burying your dead.
All right. Now, what did these things miss here just a little bit? Read that one again. Number 23:6, Cindy. Read that again. Let's see what they left out.
For you are an honored prince of God among us. It will be a privilege to have you choose the finest of our sepulchres so that you can bury her there.
All right. They call him Lord, Adonai, don't they? Lord and Master. They call him a prince, but they call him a prince of what? This is the God of heaven, Elohim, isn't it? Elohim. This is the real God. You were a prince of the real God of heaven. All right. Now these are great big. These are terrible people. They were giant people. They were tall people, big people. They were a terror, whoever they faced. Abraham went in there and he bought a tomb from them to bury Sarah because he wanted to bury her away from his face. He wanted to deposit her someplace. And I have been in that tomb, above to the middle of it. That's quite a place. If you want to go, I mean, that place is really there. We know that that's where Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, all of these people are buried in this tomb. The Muslims have never gone down into the tomb, but the Christians did. The Muslims said it was too holy to walk in there. But the Christians went down, and when the Christians went in there, they marked the places above where the ones that were buried down below, and there are 6 coffins above. And they have coffins directly above in a church, actually it's a mosque now, built above that. They have, like, here's Abraham right here, a coffin right above him. Here is Jacob, there's a coffin. All right, here's Isaac, there's a coffin right above him, where they are. That place still stands today. And by the way, this is the oldest land contract in the world. Right here, this is a genuine contract. You know who owned this property? This thing was held up in court today. Abraham owns this. He owns this. This is the oldest recorded deed of property in the Bible. This is it. Between parties. And it's a legal deed because where were they when they made this contract? We're going to find that out here in a few minutes. If you wanted to go into an ancient city, okay, now we know that the book, or the city of Hebron is probably one of the oldest cities in the world. There are 3 old cities in the Middle East that are very old. What are they? Hebron. That is the oldest continually unwalled city. The oldest city in the world. Now the anthropologists and the archaeologists say that Jericho is the oldest city. They say that city goes back to from 7,000 to 10,000 years. I don't quite agree with her. I'm sure it will go back 4,000 years. Okay. And then Damascus. Damascus. That's an old city. And I walked in all of those cities. And there's another one, Akka, right there by Joppa. That's an old city. They say that city goes back a long time, 3,500 years maybe. All right. These are old cities. All right, let's go on a little further now. This is a legal contract. Let's find out all the legal things. When you went into a city, where did the jury and the judges and the lawyers meet? At the gate of the city. At the gate. We know that this wasn't a walled city, but it still had a gate. And inside the gate of this city, it might not have been walled all the way around, but they did have a gate, and they had a courtroom in there. And where all of the patriarchs would sit, the patriarchs of the Hittites. And of course we have the patriarch of the Shemites here, which is Abram. All right, here they are. 23 and verse 7. Wayagam. Avraham. Wayish Taku. Liam. Haaretz. Let's hear you say that real good loud. Haaretz. That's one you're going to say a lot. Haaretz. All right. Get that sade in there. Haaretz. What's the ha? The. What page would you look up that word in Brown Driver and Bridge? 206. All right. How about with? With. Or what? That's an end, isn't it? That's page 253. By the way, I don't think it's down here. All right. How about Lamet? That's 2 or 4. That's the preposition in page 515 through 17. Libneh. Heth. All right. And rose up and stayed up Abram. He rose up, Abram, and then he fell on his face. He stood up and then fell on his face. Why? All right? This was a sign of respect in those days. To fall down. He's fallen down in front of these terrible princes. These princes. And he's in the courthouse too. This is the courthouse. He's in the courtroom. Okay? And Abraham rose up and stayed up. And then, see that word with there? That's 253. You want to write that one down right below that. 253. That is a conjunction. All right? And third person masculine singular. Hishel. Wow, consecutive perfect. All right? And he prostrated himself to people. Liam. See that word on there? It's people, page 766. To people. The preposition on front of that is Lamet. And then we have Haaretz. Land is on page 76, and the Ha is the definite article is on page 206. 2 sons. See the preposition in front of that? And then Beneh, Libneh, to the sons of Heth. Terrible dread. The Hittites, all right? The Hamitic race. Genesis 10 and 18 and Deuteronomy 7 and 1. And remember again that the name Hebron, this is the city of Hebron where all this is taking place now, Hebron. Hebron means colleague or allies or friend, okay? That's an Arabic root. It's an Arabic root. The Arabs say that the name of Abraham comes from Hebron, or the name of Hebron comes from Abraham, and Abraham was a friend of God. All right. Let's see what that says in the Living Bible there, Cindy.
Then Abraham bowed low before them and said.
All right. And Abraham bowed low before them. All right? 23:8. We're almost at the end of the book. You know, I'm going to have to do a lot of writing real fast. I think I'm going to adopt Cindy to come over and help me do all this writing. See? You look up this, Cindy, and I'll do this. Wadavar. Okay. Yitam. Lemor. Im. Yesh. Et. Not Shechem. Not Shechem. Okay. Likvar. Et. Meti. Melephaneh. Shema Uni. Right? And then Lith Fiku. Lith Fiku. No. Lith Gu. Lith Figu. That's it. Lith Figu. I'll get it right. Lith. Be Ephron. Be Ephron. All right. Ephron. All right. Ben. Zochar. Let's go back. And he spoke. And this was in what tense? What stem? What tense? PL. PL means what? Aggressively and intensely. And he spoke aggressively and intensely, and he kept on doing it with them. All right? Third person masculine singular, PL, wow, consecutive imperfect, page 180 and 210. And saying lemor, call infinitive construct, page 55 and page 65. All right? What is the root of lemor? What is it? What's the root of lemor? What is the root? What is the letter root? That's it. Now look down there. See it? It's written down there for you, but I'm trying to teach you how to read this, okay? Now what is the root of and he spoke? Why davar. All right? What's the root of that? Look down there and see what that root is. I didn't always work. The bar. Like that. There's your three-letter root right there. There's your three-letter root right here, okay? If I wanted to say third person masculine singular, call, wow, consecutive imperfect, how would I say that with this amo? How would I do that? And he said. Wayomer. Amer is the root. See, as we're going along, I've been taking it easy on you now. Now I'm striking home, giving you a little deeper stuff to think about, okay? Is that all right? All right, and if, all right, him. It is yours or souls. All right, individuals here. The word nephesh means individuals. Individuals that were of life. Okay. Bikbar. Bikbar. Likbar. That is, I'll get it right in a minute. Likbar. Et. Mete. Melephaneh. All right. To bury my dead away from my face. Away from my face. To bury my dead away from my face. And then we have the word Shema Uni. Masculine plural cow, imperative. Suffix first person construct singular. You all hear me, all right? And that is Shema, Shem, Main, and Ayin. That's the root of that. All right, page 1033 and page 1570. And what is the name that goes along with this? One who hears? Simeon. Simeon. All right, Simeon. And beg for me and beseech for me.
Where's the and?
With?
Where's the
Oh, you.
Where's the and?
And beg for me?
Where's the
And.
Where does that-
You.
Use the-
You left. Cindy. You
So
left.
the U is by itself
Yes.
first?
Mhm.
Okay.
See the you in there? You're from you.
So it
Left.
should be fine.
Big. All right. You fig. You fig. You figu. You figu. You figu. You figu. You figu. You is either we or you is and, isn't it? You figu. And you beg for me, you beseech for me, masculine, plural, cal, imperative. For me, le. Be Ephraim. Be Ephraim. Ephraim is the name, all right? Ephraim. That should be, that E there should be capitalized. And then Ben Zochar. Ben Zochar. Let's read that one also from the Living Bible there. Did we do 7 also, or did
Yeah,
you go?
everything.
Okay.
Since this is your feeling in the matter, be so kind as to ask Ephraim, Zohar's son.
That's it. That's 23, 7 and 8.
Well, 7 is, then Abraham bowed low before them and said, since this is your feeling in the matter, be so kind as to ask Ephraim, Zohar's son.
All right. All right. Ask him to do what now? What is he going to do? All right? 23 and verse 9. We ye ten. We ye ten. Li et me ara. All right. Ham Mephila. All right. Asher. Lo. Asher. Big se. Big se. And then Sadihu. B. Kasef. Malay. Yit. Te. Nena. Li. And then B. Token. La. Ha. Hazah. Weaver. All right. The cave of Macphila. Diplo. Stela. Stelao. Diplo Stelao is what it says in the Septuagint. Diplo Stelao. That means double mouth. The double mouth cave. The double mouth cave. The double cave. All right, the double mouth and the double cave. Macphila. Now, what? Panay means what? Face. So it's Macphila, something that's divided. All right. Ha Macphila. And that he may give to me cave. All right? Now, some of the etymology means a cleared field. All right? This cave, all right? Mineral. This cave with a cleared field around it, okay? A cave with a cleared field around it. Then it says the Machpelah, the double mouth, the winding, the spiral, all right? Which, to him which, in end, his field, in money, or in actually what it means is in silver, full, let him give for her. Let him give for her. The for her is the field, because everything in the ground is feminine. It's all feminine. Okay? Like the Indians say, Mother Earth. Almost every background of people in the world, the earth is feminine. Okay? And that is that way with Greek and in Hebrew. All right? To me, and then it says, be told him in the middle of you for a burial possession, a tomb. A burial possession, a tomb. Quiver. Remember, you can dig a quiver, but you can't dig a shield. God made the shield. Man can dig quivers. All right? And then we have we Ephron. All right? That we on the front is what? And you on the front. If it's you on the front, it's and. All right? Yosheb. Pitok. Benay. Heth. Ya'an. Ephron. Ha-Heti. Heth. Abraham. Ba'azini. Benay. Cheth. Nicole. By. Sha'ar. Yerol. Lamot. Jerusalem. Look at that word city down there. See that? Yerol. Jerusalem. Jerusalem. What does Jerusalem mean? Jerusalem. City. Air of peace. City of peace. All right. And Ephraim sitting. And Ephraim sitting in middle. All right. Sons of Heth. And answered. All right. And answered Ephraim the Hittite. Answered Ephraim the Hittite, Abraham, in ears, sons of Heth, to all, entering, gate, Sha'ar, Yerol, Lamor. Look at that. What is this saying here? Go back and what we call the culture of the day. The thoughts and the customs of that day. What does it mean? It means they were in the courtroom. Now, if you make a legal contract a lot of times here, what do you do in the newspaper? You have to publish it. Okay, you have to publish this newspaper for a period of time. Now, they didn't have newspapers back then, so what did they do? They come into the city gate, into the courtroom, and everybody that enters the city say, hey, Abraham just bought the cave of Machpelah from this guy over here. Everybody know that now. So every time anybody came in and said, hey, George, tell your family that Abraham bought the cave of Machpelah. Hey, Pete, tell Abraham that, tell your family that Abraham bought the cave of Machpelah. So everybody, this was published abroad, okay? This is certified. This is a certified legal contract now. A certified legal contract. clock back there doesn't work, so I may preach all night. I can get to the end of the book. I have to keep looking at my little 1932 model Hamilton. It's working. He was a witness. He was the one that stood between them. He was a legal witness. Ephraim was called upon as a legal witness. Okay? Lo Adonai, 23 verse 11. Shema Inu. Hasedeh. Natati. Lach. Wiham Merah. Asher. Go. Dika. Netatika. Li Ene. Bene. Ami. What does Ben Ami mean? Ben Ami. All right, we're looking at this. Let's go back and just look at some words. Ben Ami. Ben, son of what? Of my people. Son of my people. All right. That was Lot's daughters. That was Lot's grandson. One of them was called Lot, Moab, and the other was Ben Ami. And Ben Ami became the father of the Amorites. And we know who the Moabites were. All right. Ami. All right. And what does Moab mean? Moab? Water from the father. Okay. These daughters had sons from their own father, so they did not have any new blood put in their family. They're of their own family. All right. Ben Ami, son of my family, son of my people, son of my father. Okay. And Moab is water from my father. In other words, the very seed, the very semen from my father is this son. So they named them that. So we have the Moabites and we have the Ammonites. Okay. My people. Do you see how the roots go here now? Roots of words are very important. My teacher, Travis Hubbard, used to say, study words, young man, study words. Study words. Because that's where you really open up doors to a better understanding of the Bible. Natatiha. All right? And I shall give it to her. Natatiha what? All right? Lo Adonai. Lo Adonai, hear me, the field I give to you, and the cave, which in her, I've got in it down there, but you actually should put in her down there because it's feminine, okay? Because it's feminine. To you, I give her. Okay, I give her before eyes, le'ene, before eyes of the sons of my people. All right? I give her to you. Very, masculine singular, call, imperative. I give to her for your dead. For your dead. For your dying ones, the ones that stay dead. All right? The ones that keep on being dead. Masculine singular call, participle. Suffix, the dead of you. The dead of you. The dying ones, literally would say dying ones of you. Dying ones of you would be the best translation. 23 and verse 12. Let's go back and did we read 20 and 10 and 11 both? Roger, you want to read that for me out of the Amplified? Let's see what it says there. See if it's got a neat looking thing.
Okay, 23 what?
23, 10, and 11.
Okay. Now Ephraim was sitting among the sons of Heth, and Ephraim the Hittite answered Abraham in the hearing of the sons of Heth, even of all who went in the gate of the city, saying, No, my Lord, hear me. I give you the field and I give you the cave that is in it. In the presence of the sons of my people, I give it to you. Bury your dead.
All right, now this is a legal contract. This was you got the customs of the people at this time. This is what they did, to make a legal contract. In a court of law today, if they read this, in the Middle East, this would be a legal contract today, even till this day. All right. 23:12. Vayishtachu Avraham Lifnei Al Ha'aretz. What's a long verse, isn't it? And he prostrated himself, third person masculine, saying that Ishmael, wow, consecutive and perfect, Abram, two faces of the people of the land. In other words, they were facing him, and he fell down in a worshipful manner before their faces. Okay? This was respectful. All right? This is what you would do at that period of time. They bowed. Brother Abe, in your country, when they meet somebody in this country, they shake hands. In your country, what do they do?
Asian?
Yeah.
We bow.
Bow.
Yes.
All right, they bow. This is where that comes from, right here. And this is your people right here, the Hittites. These are your people. All right? The French and many people today, when they see each other, what do? They kiss them on the cheek. They kiss them on the cheek. All right, they kiss them on the cheek. That's what they do. That's a sign of respect. All right? In Jesus' time, when a man met his friend, he kissed his friend. All right? Now, they didn't kiss him on the cheek. They kissed him right in the mouth. And I want you to just think about this for just a minute. Because this is Greek. Now, we're in Hebrew right now, but this is Greek. All right? When Judas betrayed Jesus, he grabbed onto him and kept on holding him and kept on kissing him. Right on the mouth until they got a hold of him. He held him and he kissed him until they arrested him. All right, we're talking about greetings. This is a greeting back then. This is a legal contract. This is the way they did a sign of respect. And in Jesus' time, we see what they were doing at that time. They were, of course, you bowed to kings and princes and things like that. But friends and acquaintances, when you saw each other, you kissed each other. All right? Why the bar? El Yitron. Be Azene. All right? Am means what? People. All right? Hearts. Limor. Hak. Im. Atal. Lu. Look at that. U on the end of that lu. Shema ine. Natati. Kasef. Hasadeh. Ka. Meni. With Berah. Et. Meti. Shema. And he spoke and kept on speaking intensely unto Ephraim. Now, he was really, I want you to get the idea of what Abraham is doing here. He is pleading his case. He is really pushing through the sale. He wants this land to be his. And he wants legal witnesses. And he wants a legal contract to this land for his family from now on. Who owns that land today, right there? At the cave of Machpelah in the book in the city of Hebron. Abraham's family. The deed has been passed on down to them. All right? Now the Muslims and the Jews and the Christians all think that is a holy place, okay? But who would really own it? All right? Is Ishmael buried there? Is Ishmael buried there? Ishmael basically and Esau are the what? The father of the Arab nation. Are any Arabs still buried in that city? Okay? It is in culture. In our country, is probably the least respect for the dead that's in the world. Did you know that? In America, we have the least respect for the dead and where they stay and where they are buried than any country in the world. Any other country in the world, they go out here and they dig up graveyards. They either throw the bones out, throw the bodies out, or else they move them at the very most and put them over in some common grave system. You can go in any places out here at Union Cemetery, right here in Mexico, Union Cemetery, all the old graves out there. Years ago, they took the headstones out, and what they did with the bodies, we do not know. All of Joaquin and Marietta's men were buried out there in Union Cemetery. You can't find any of them. They're gone. The headstones ended up out here in Kern River as a dam. Down in L.A., they moved so many graveyards down there that we don't even know how many graves they've moved.
In San Francisco, too.
In San Francisco, too. If they think the land is worth something. Now, in the Middle East, there's a necropolis. You know what a necropolis is?
City of the dead.
City of the dead. They don't mess with it. I'm telling you. Right here is the Eastern Gate. That's the Golden Gate. That's the beautiful gate, or the Eastern Gate. Right here it is. Right here. What do you see out here? All the way down. Graves that have been there for thousands of years. I'm going to tell you something. That property is valuable right there. But they wouldn't move those graves. They're not about to move them. As far as they're concerned, that's holy ground. It belongs to them people back there 3,000 years ago. Down in there is Absalom's grave. Way back. Over there, do you think that anybody would go over there and smash up the tomb of Abraham? That's her ground. They used to say, where a man is buried, 3 foot by 6 foot is his, and 6 foot down. Not in this country. Think about that for just a little while. Why did the Anglo-Saxons come into this country and get in so much trouble when they went to different places? They went to burial ground. Burial ground. This is an ancient burial ground right here. Now, the Christians, the Muslims, and the Jews all respect this is Abraham's tomb. That's his burial ground. Don't mess with it. All right? Don't mess with it. Now, over different periods of times, they built different temples on top of it. Somebody would come in. And you know what? Most of the wars in the Middle East was fought over? Burial grounds. If you mess with their burial grounds, you had a war for 200, 300 years over a burial ground. Well, we know who owns this burial ground. We have bona fide deed, a legal certified deed right here. It's certified. All right? And there's a record of it right here. The Jews don't deny it, the Arabs don't deny it, and we don't deny it. There it is. All right. And spoke unto Ephraim in the ears of the people of the land, saying, only if you please hear me. If you please hear me. Maxim single fall imperative. I have given silver. Hasadeh, the field. Silver for the field. Take from me, and I may bury. First person construct singular, kal kohorti. I may bury et meti, my dying and staying dead ones there. All right, let's go back. Cindy, let's go back and read that in the Living Bible now. 12 and 13.
Abraham bowed again to the men of Heth and replied to Ephraim, and all listened. No, let me buy it from you. Let me pay the full price of the field, and then I will bury my dead.
He was going to pay the full price. Whatever you want, just tell me. They said, this is the choicest burial ground. This is the best cave in the middle of our place. We'll sell this to you. And he said, I want to pay the full price, that there's no doubt that I will own this. Because he's going to put Sarah in there. And guess who else is going to be there? He will. He was going to be there. This is his grave, too. It's his grave. It's a double grave. All right? He is going to be there. Who else is buried in this that we know about? Who was his son? Ishmael. Isaac's buried there. And who else? Rebecca's buried there. Who else?
Ishmael?
No.
Who's the heir?
No. Jacob's buried there. All right. And who else? The women of all the priests, basically. The mothers of the priesthood. Leah. These are all we have there. Those there have tombs above all of these. They're all buried there. Some say maybe even Joseph's buried there. They brought him into the land. They put him in there too. All right. 23:14. The time is staying the same up there. 23:14. Mayam. All right. Ephron, Et, Abraham, Limor, Lo. Wayaan, Ephron, Et, Abraham, Limor, Lo. Just run it together. And he answered, Ephraim, Abraham, saying to him, we can't stop there, can we? Not in the middle of a... Matter of fact, we don't have very much more to go. Adonai. She, Ma, Inni, Eretz. Look at that. That one's without a definite article in front of it, or a we in front of it, or a from in front of it, or a to in front of it. It's Eretz only, all right? Arba, Mi'at, Shigol, that is. That's a cut. That's a Q sound. Kesef, all right. Bene, Yuvanika, Ma, He, Wiet, Matika, Quivar. All right? All right. I think this is where we'll quit for today. Is that all right with you? We have to have something for the next time. All right? Adonai, Lord, hear me. Lord, Master, Adonai. By the way, this is what they call Jesus all the time. What is the Greek equivalent to Adonai? What's the Greek equivalent to Adonai? Kyrios. All right. Every time you see that, you will see that in the Old Testament. That's what it is. And it's also called Lord. All right. Or what else? King of kings. Means master. All of those things. Adonai. Hear me. All right. Land, 400. Meot is 100. Meot, actually, it's got a PH sound at the end of it. You want to write a little H in there. That's the correct pronunciation of it. Arba, Meot, Shekel. Look at that word shekel. Our word shekel comes right out of that. Shekel came into Greek and shekel came into English, okay? That's where it came from, a Greek or a Hebrew root, that is. Kasef, that's silver. All right? 400 shekels of silver. That's a lot of money, people. He got a cleared field, that's what it says, a cleared field with a cave in it for a graveyard. Bene, and this Bene there means between Eubenica, between me and between what? It and your dead ones. There. All right. And let's read that one more time in Roger in 23:15.
My Lord, listen to me. A piece of land with 400 shekels of silver. What is that between me and you? So bury your dead.
All right. That's it. We got the price of the land. We know how much it cost. We have witnesses to the deed. We have witnesses to the land transaction. We have a legal deed. It is publicized. It's been publicized for how many thousand years now? How long ago did Abraham live? Many years ago. Many years ago. What was it about? 5,500 years ago? Something like that. 5,000 years ago? That's a long time ago. Did Abraham know Noah?
Yes.
That's a long time ago, people. Noah was the 10th from Adam. This is a long time ago. Just when you walk into that place, I wish I could have shown you that on screen. I was looking forward to doing that. I brought the CD. I wanted to show that to you. To me, that was one of the most holy sites in the Holy Land. Because we know who's buried there. We got at least 2 Calvaries. Jesus was buried in one of them, but he didn't stay there. All right? Yeah, he didn't stay there anyway. It doesn't matter. There's Gordon's Calvary, and then we have the Calvary where the Greek Orthodox and the Russians and the Catholic Church, they say it's Calvary. And that really is probably Calvary, to tell you the truth. When you go back and you look at all the historical things about it, I know when you go over there, whatever guides you have is going to tell you this is the place. Okay? But then you go over there and take an archaeological tour, and they will tell you all the story about it. See, I went through the archaeological tour, not just the tour. We studied the archaeology and all the reasons why this one might be and why that one. There's pluses and minuses on both, but the heavy pluses are on the other side. For one thing, Eusebius said that was the place when he was alive. Eusebius lived a long time ago. You know, that's the earliest church historian, basically. Eusebius, church historian. Josephus wasn't a church historian; he was a Roman historian. And then we have what else? Bible.
And they also had the Lutheran church there too.
Yeah, they had a Lutheran church also. Almost all of them, but see, Gordon's tomb in 1880 something, a guy by the name of Gordon went over there and he found this place and he said, you know what? This could be Calvary. They didn't like to bow down to the Catholics anyway, going to their church house. But that church house had been there. Christians had been making pilgrimages to that before 300 AD. A long time ago. Both of them meet the requirements, but probably the earliest evidence is probably the Catholics' Calvary, even though it's Catholics. Every now and then they're right, occasionally. Maybe. Well, we'll start in 23:16 next week.
Did Abraham pay an inflated price for that piece of land?
I think he paid a lot of money for it. But I'll tell you what, that deed's lasted a long time.
I just heard that maybe it would be enough, the price was enough to cover the whole Holy Land. You know?
What's the Holy Land? 14,000 square miles? Yeah. More wars have been fought there than any place in the world. The city of Jerusalem called Jerusalem. That's the city of peace. And more wars have been fought. That city has been, torn down 17 times level? Yeah. Even that Calvary, that one where the Catholic Calvary is, Hadrian built a pagan temple over it because he wanted to obliterate it. He busted up the whole place and built a temple over it. And to Aphrodite and Venus or Jupiter, they don't really know who the temple was built to. They built over the site, but one thing he did, they said, He wanted to desecrate and destroy the memory of Jesus, but he marked the spot. He marked the spot in spite of himself. And they tried to do that in Bethlehem. But we know one thing. We know that the cave of Machpelah, and we know where Jesus was born, and those are undisputed sites. And another site that's undisputed over there is what? The Garden of Gethsemane. The Garden of Gethsemane. We know that's the spot. That's the spot. All right. And of course Nazareth. One of the most in the book in the city of Nazareth. The only well in the whole area is the well they call Mary's well, where Mary and Jesus evidently went to draw water. That had to be the place.